Guys, welcome back to the ongoing workshop. And guys, today is the day 23rd when we have been regularly connecting for our workshops. So, guys, hope you have seen the video recording of our Saturday session that we connected. So, the mainly discussion, the reason why we connected on Saturday was to discuss about some of the important key interview perspectives. So, how interview preparation should be done? What should be the personality of an interview? What should be the personality of a candidate who is trying to get a job into a data science or a data analyst role? So we discussed all those things. First of all, we started with the personality required to be a data science, the data analyst. Then afterwards, we discussed about what goes in the interview preparation, or what should be the mindset for an interview, and what all things you should be prepared for. So these were the things that we discussed on Saturday when we connected on evening. So now the thing is, we will talk about something which is related to technical stuff. We didn't speak about any of the technical stuff when we connected the day earlier. But now our focus is about technical stuff. So you have done so many projects till now. Data analyst project will be the project that will be focused on for today. So let's talk about Munna dataset specifically, the Munna dataset and Airbnb dataset. Okay, so without wasting much time, just jumping directly into the topic. As interview clearing is very essential, knowing how to clear the interview is very essential. So you should definitely work on your interview skills. Watch our Saturday's recording without fail and work accordingly on building your interview skills if you feel that you lack any of the skills. Then afterwards, when it comes to technical interviews, as long as you are doing the projects on your own, then ultimately then it is easy for you to clear the technical skills. But if you are just doing a copy paste type of thing, then clearing the project interview will be technical interview for the related project will be tough. There will be multiple questions that can be asked, technical questions as well. So when we talk about Munnar dataset, when we talk about Airbnb dataset, the interviewer will basically may I try to understand from where did you get this particular dataset. It's the self-accomplished project. The datasets are available in multiple platforms. So definitely you can say that you got this dataset from Kaggle or any other source. The choice is yours. Okay. So basically you will have to be prepared for that. Then if you go ahead, he may ask you what was your understanding, what was your key understanding while working on this data set. So mainly guys, see, if we talk about Airbnb data set or if we talk about Munna data set, the main understanding was pandas, then how to play with the tabular data, then cleaning and visualization techniques using Python libraries. If you went ahead, if you used your Power BI as well, then you can talk about Power BI as well. So your key understanding was you use pandas, you try to understand the Python libraries, then you understood the tabular data, then cleaning and visualization. This is what you understood from there. Why did you choose this data set? Again, like this is the basic data set. You wanted to see how things actually work. You wanted to have hands-on experience on Panda libraries. You wanted to see how tabular data works. You can frame the answer according to the question that is asked you. Okay, now the technical question will come into flow. Once you say that, okay, then the interviewer may ask you what is univariate analysis, multivariate analysis, central tendency. So you will have to be prepared to answer to this question. Okay. Then he may ask about different metrics used to measure central tendency. This can also be the question. So while you work on this project, you will have to you should be in a position to answer all these questions because these are all related to those projects. Then if we talk about variance, the degree of spread, he may be interested in knowing that. Then the measure of spread. Then he may also ask about different statistical measures that you can use to understand the degree of spread. Probably this can also be his question. Example range, then IQR, interquartile range, then variance, deviation. So all these questions, he just might be interested in understanding your understanding about these questions. Okay, then he may again go ahead. And if we talk about scaling and transformation functions can be asked. Like there are multiple functions like log, square, exponential, can right. So he may be ask you about these as well. Okay, so just keep in mind that you are aware of these questions: univariate analysis, multivariate analysis, central tendency, then variance, then scaling and transformation functions like log, square, and exponential can change, right? Once you use this, the shape of the distribution can change. So, which in turn affects your interpreting central tendency as spread. So he would try to understand that what you did when it comes to scaling. Then like, related questions related to scaling, definitely he will try to ask you. What if you do this? How will it affect and how will things change? So you have to be well prepared for that. Okay. For an example, let's say x is the value. Let's say x is the value. If you change it to x square, what will it look like? Okay, then they may ask you to draw some plots, little bit of mathematics. Knowing some mathematics about this will help. Transformers like log transformers, square, exponential, polymers, all these things can be asked. So you have to be prepared about it, team. As simple as that. It's not complex thing, but interviewer would be understanding and knowing what all things you did, and these are the relevant things. So he would like to have know your understanding related to this particular stuff. Okay. And one more thing is, guys, when it comes to central tendency and degree of spread, just try to correlate these two things. That would be making things look good. Okay. Then what else, guys? Let's talk about visualization. Now we will talk about different graphs or plots that can be used to analyze XYZ data set. There are multiple things like kinds of plots graph to be used if you want to show the distribution of gender. For example, if you are creating a job where you are trying to show the distribution of gender, what will you be using? So you'll have to use, okay, what? You will have to use univariate analysis here. And you will, what plot you will use then? Then whether you will be using pie plot, bar plot. So these things will have to be there. You should be just very easily in a position to talk about all these things without any hiccups. So be prepared for all these things, guys. Okay. Then what else? What else? Univariate analysis is done, central tendency is done, scaling is done. Then after that, visualization is done. Then probably, guys, see, he may also or ask about the different measures you can come for categorical variables. Then he may ask, like, say, what is ordinality? Ordinality. Okay. And ordinality, it has somewhere roots in data science projects as well. Okay. So he may ask you about what is ordinality, whether the data has any range to it. This is what it is, right? Whether there is any data, if there is any specific range, and then types of data, its variables. So whatever it is, guys, everything that you have done in the project, and everything that can be related to it can be asked. So before going for an interview or while working on the project, you have to keep these points in your mind. Okay. Then ultimately, we speak about cleaning? No, we did. Then the data cleaning part will also be asked. Then what you did you replace, did you remove it, if like there were any things that were supposed to be removed, that whether you removed it, then whether you replaced it with mean, median, or mode. So all these things can be asked. If yes, why did you do so? But there are many times, like given data, if you find that okay, some of the specific factors can be removed from there, some variables can be removed from there, then why did you do this? Did you replace it with mean, median, or mode? Okay, so these things can be asked. Then what else? Let me show that to you. So basically, just I'm just sharing my screen so that you understand. Just have a look at this, the resume part. So they will definitely what will happen is I just want to give you this thing. Okay, now your resume will be with the recruiter. And all these questions that are coming are basically on what he sees in your resume. Okay, now look at this. So now you are saying that these are the things when you did when it comes to the project. So now whatever questions that he is asking are in accordance to this particular resume. Okay. If you talk about degree of spread and all these things, so it is no rocket science. You have written it in your resume. He's cross-checking with you whether you really did that. Okay. So the idea will be very simple. The idea will be very simple. Then afterwards, what will be asked? Okay, we were talking something about cleaning, right? So how did you clean the data? Did you remove it, or did you remove any of the variables? Did you replace it? What you replaced it with? Whether you replace it with mean, median, mode? If yes, why did you do so? Okay. Then which is prone to outliners, which is not affected by outliners? Then all these things can be asked. Then if there is an effect on outliner, then how would you remove value to use mean, median, mode in a better way to get the central tendency? So the thing is, he would like to understand from you what all what is your understanding and how will you deal with the data using different measures of cleaning. How will it affect? How will your actions affect the data? How will you what all things you will do when it comes to coming up with central tendency. So he will be asking you all these things, guys. Okay. Then if you are imputing these values, for an example, if we say that we are imputing some values, then if you are imputing some values in some, if some values are missing, you need to know the exactly what you are imputing, whether it's backward fill, forward fill. So these are those important questions that interviewer would be interested in understanding when it comes to data cleaning and imputation. So be aware of it, guys. So be aware of it. Be prepared to answer these particular things. Okay. And then if we talk about statistics, then descriptive and statistics will mostly be asked. Inferential statistics will be asked, but not that to level. If it is asked, that to core level will not be asked generally. But descriptive statistics, people will be interested in knowing it. Okay, you should also be aware of central limit theorem. To read about it. If you are not aware of it, just read about it. Okay, and before going for an interview, I'm assuming that you are also aware of bell curve. Then bell curve, just try to study what bell curve is, because ultimately when the questions will be asked about central theorem, then um, then there are some equations. Okay, then some equation like e raised to 4 minus x. So have you heard about bell curve? If you have heard about bell curve, guys, you will be in a position to answer these kind of questions as well. People will get somewhat confused here, but you know bell curve, you probably your answering will be here very easy. But now the whole core is understand central limit theorem, understand your bell curves and all, and go ahead with it. Okay. Then hypothesis testing, it is generally not asked, it is rarely asked. Okay, but you should be aware of central limit theorem. That is the important thing, and that is the base. Okay, what else? Did we cover everything that is written there? Okay, we covered about pandas, data cleaning, interpretation. We covered about this. Then while having a look at this, we will talk about univariate analysis, multivariate analysis, central tendency. like intercon ranges, variance. So, guys, you need to understand whatever is written there on the resume. Basically, interviewer will ask you questions related to that. Okay, so update those things in your resume. Then the primary thing is update those things in your resume which you have already done on your own and which you are very much confident to speak about. It should not happen that you are updating something in your resume and when that relevant question is asked, things should not just go in. You should not just go blank. If you go blank, the recruiter will very easily understand. Okay, this person has just updated the things for the sake of updating, and this is not the right way to do things. Okay. So some of the important stuff which I thought of discussing today. All right, guys. Now here we go. So guys, we will keep it simple. Now see, guys. Let's do one more activity. Let's do one more activity. Activity in the sense now till now, if you guys remember, I have asked you to share you the links. I have asked you to share you the links wherein you have updated your links of the projects that, which you have done till now. I will just show you one of those links that I have received from the teammates. Just give me a sec. I'm just sharing the screen to that particular screenshot. Now, okay. So this is what it is. So one of the teammates have shared this link when projects has been updated there, folders have been updated there. Very well done, very nicely done. So Parmeshwari is this person whose link is currently being shared on the screen. Now, similarly, you were supposed to work or update different folders, projects, then folder project one, two, three. What all projects you have completed, you have to update that here. And again, the important thing is now that we will talk about is similarly. Now we are talking about interview. I want you to brush up your personality related to grooming when it comes to your interview specs as well. So now what you have to do is there are multiple softwares where you can explain what you have done in the particular project. Now you have to record the screen and your video will also have to be there and explain what you have done in that specific project. Like if I explain about what's there on the screen, then this is how I will explain. This is the folder in which people have updated the multiple projects. And if you go in this projects, if you go in this folder further, then you will see the specific py files or specific work that people have done. So if you have a look at this py file, Parmeshwari has used this particular py file. This is the outcome of what she has done. Okay, so now similarly, what will happen is you will have to make a video and explain what you have done. You can probably open this py file. Parmeshwari can probably open this py file. She can take us down to the steps what she has done, what was the need for her to do this particular project, and the steps what she has done while working on this py file, and she has to explain that. So as simple as that. Then that specific video recording will have to be updated in this folder. That is also going to be your activity now. Okay, so you already have a link, you already have folders updated to it. Now you have to make a recording explaining what you did in those specific folders, and then you have to upload those videos as well in the specific respective folders. Very simple. So by doing this, your first of all, what you did while working on all this project will get cleared. So that is going to be the most important thing. When you repeatedly say yourself, then it would be like an interview preparation. So it will automatically happen that you will be like confident about what you did, why you did, how you did. You can explain it very well in an interview. Okay. So this is going to be the next activity for you. And when we connect next, the focus will be more on interviews. The today we discuss about some of the projects when about how to complete the technical part of it. Similarly, while we connect ahead from further more specific projects, more and more things will be discussed with the respective projects. As simple as that. So now, guys, it's like a long time. Like we started on 24th of the last month, 24th March we started, and now it's 28th. Now it's 28th. So now your focus should be on project completion, making these videos, and that is what you should work on. Okay. Now tomorrow, do one thing. Tomorrow 11 o'clock we won't be connecting. So today you work on the project, and tomorrow 11 o'clock, just ensure that you pick up a couple of projects like Airbnb, Munnar, employee data set, whatever you did, you pick up those couple of projects and explain. Just be prepared today. Be prepared about what you will explain, how you will explain, and make a recording. Use your tomorrow 11 o'clock for this. Today, keep working on the project that you're working on, and in the evening time just note down all the projects that you can talk about, and tomorrow you just make a recording of that, as simple as that. Then update that particular recording in these folders which you have created. So the ask was that everyone should create a link. In that link, specific project names should be there, folders related to projects, and in those folders, the files you have created while working on those projects will have to be there. This was the expectation. So along with those files, now you have to update those videos as well. This is for the betterment of your all. Okay, so that is there. And one more thing is, when you share this folder link with me, where you share this link with me, just make it readable for everyone. Readable for everyone. So don't let it be like access is not there with me or with not there with the team. So we need to have this access. So keep it readable so that we understand what all things you did. Okay? I was seeing that a couple of folks have not made it readable. So it was like we are unable to open the folder. So just have a look at that, guys. Okay. So that's it from my end. I will be updating this details in, okay, now let's see. In our master sheet, this details will go. Then we will log off for today's session, and you all know what you have to do with this tomorrow. So today was the day 22nd. It was okay. What was the focus? Interview, technical questions, interview, interview standpoint, data analyst project. Here we go. So this was the live recording. This is the live recording. And the code for today is DS, attendance code DS22. So whenever you see this video, you have to update this code and update your sheet as well. So tomorrow, be focused on making the video. Tomorrow, be focused on making the video. It's going to be one of the important things that you have to do. Then we will again connect day after tomorrow. We'll connect day after tomorrow at the same time, and we'll talk about the upcoming proceedings. That's it from my end, guys, today. Keep working on the projects as usual. We'll connect day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, your focus should be on at least complete two project explanation. At least complete two project explanation what you did tonight. Okay. So, guys, take care. See you day after tomorrow. Cheers.